স্বপ্নে শুরু করে দে।
Okay.
Hello and welcome. Good morning, all of you, Bharat, Trisha, and all the viewers present. Good morning to and welcome to Team of with Revsportz. And today I might become famous because the backdrop is creating some troubles and might go off in between the show, and that might become a viral blooper. So I hope that doesn't happen. And yesterday, Mumbai again Mumbai CSK, these teams, any adverse situations, they somehow manage to find the victory and move forward. And it was fantastic. And me and Bharat was talking Akash Madhwa, and what a great story. And he had a few years. I read Bharat's review few years back. He was playing tennis ball cricket, now matching Anil Kumble's best economy rate in 5 runs, 5 wickets, 4 overs. It was fantastic, that young man. So, Bharat, could you please add on to some more of the stories and your thoughts on Akash Madhwa?
Yeah, Akash Madhwal, what I've heard is it comes from a kind of humble family background, and I don't think he is his father now, but someone who played a lot of tennis ball cricket 4 5 years ago. Then he was bit of scattergun, but Uttarakhand's coach at that time, secretary, they saw some potential in him, and he came through the ranks. Obviously, he's an engineer, so perhaps he knows the physics of swing bowling. So definitely can swing the ball. Yesterday we saw that the first wicket that
Hmm.
Prerak Mankar's wicket, he was trying to manufacture. There's hint of late swing. It was not exactly delivery that swung from the hand. If you notice, there's a little bit of late swing. And that is why he lost the shape of his shot. After that, it went around the wicket to Puran and got the back ball to angle in, and it kind of left slightly straight end of the pitch. So he's someone who cocked his wrist, I think. So that is why he's able to move the ball a little bit. Obviously, as he's played a lot of tennis ball cricket, he's good at Yorkers. We saw that in the game previously as well against SRH when he took a couple of wickets with reverse swinging Yorkers. If you notice again, the wrist position, it was definitely going to swing with those two deliveries were definitely going to swing, and he nailed the Yorkers really well. Even that game against Punjab Kings when Livingstone was going all guns blazing and Jofra Archer was smashed all around the park, he was able to land the wide Yorkers. That again is an indicator that because he's played so much of tennis ball cricket, he's learned how to bowl the Yorkers. So he can bowl the Yorkers, he can swing the ball a little bit late up front and is very skiddy through the air. So in the conditions that we saw yesterday, where the ball was skidding through a little more. So I think it helped his kind of bowling because it's more someone who kind of zooms the ball in the stumps, and when the pitch was helping you, he definitely took his game to an elevated level.
Yeah. And these are fantastic stories. These new faces that we see each season in IPL. Though these players are there in the domestic circuit, but not uh, they don't become a social media trend overnight in domestic cricket. When it comes to IPL, we find these few great discoveries: Suyash Sharma, Rinku Singh, Akash Madhwal. So IPL is that platform that these players showcase their talents, and it was fantastic yesterday. And Tisha, before you come to uh, Akash Madhwal, how is the weather there in Singapore? Are you enjoying
It's
Singapore?
I'm enjoying Singapore for sure, but the weather here is very, very, very hot and humid. Oh, it's
Oh.
terrible. Not in
then,
South. I mean, in
then you
Kolkata
are
also
quite
it isn't.
accustomed to it.
Sorry.
Then you are quite accustomed to it.
Like, exactly what I was saying. That it hasn't changed much.
Exactly. And Akash Madhwal.
Oh, Rohan, since you know me, you know how I feel when pacers do well,
Exactly.
especially the ones who can bowl the test match length, because T20
Hmm.
cricket has almost, become so tough for bowlers. To see someone bowl that well is fantastic. And for example, that ball to Nicholas Puran, it's
Mm,
difficult to get bowl when you know that Nicholas Puran will be looking to hit you right from ball one. To still
mm,
go and hit that length is fantastic. And year after year, Mumbai, and congratulations to their scouting team, they have got players. They have thought that they have seen some talent in those players. They have backed them. They have trained them under, and the
mm,
Mumbai coaching staff is fantastic, and the result is there. Think of this in an eliminator, because it was obviously a knockout match. That and
mm,
180 was chaseable. 180. It's not like it wasn't a chaseable target. But to make that seem such a difficult wicket to bat was, of course, I mean, fantastic. And then add to that the whole journey,
mm.
of let's. I won't say rags to riches, but coming from a humble background,
Exactly.
having struggled, and then becoming a player. But what I found extremely significant in what Bharat said is he's coming from a tennis ball cricket background.
Tennis ball background, yeah,
Somehow I feel T20 cricket is a lot like how we play tennis ball cricket. And that
exactly.
is where Bharat is absolutely correct in saying that he's nailing the Yorkers, because he has done it in tennis ball cricket.
Mm.
Every single ball in tennis ball cricket has to go for a six. The batters are attacking you from ball one. And that sets up your mindset as well. So I think, I hope that Madhwal is taken proper care of, because
Mm.
IPL has given us a lot of young talents. Some have remained, some have just been one season wonders. So
Exactly,
we have to be careful about that part.
Yeah,
exactly. And
just wanted to add a point on him. He was once upon a time a net bowler for RCB.
Oh,
One season or something, he was a net bowler for RCB. So, and
there you
Mumbai
go.
Indians took him from there.
That's
fantastic.
fantastic. RCB has got this knack in them to not have talented people, enough talented youngsters. We have got that knack.
And Bharat, one more thing, Quinton de Kock, do you think he could have been kept as a impact player also for batting, because he was not there in the impact players also. He was there in squads. Your thoughts behind Quinton de Kock's not
Maybe they
inclusion?
thought they really believed in Kyle Mayers a little more, someone who can hit through the line a little more. That's what perhaps they thought. The other option they had was, I guess, if they really wanted to take a gamble, they could have taken a gamble with someone like Daniel Sams. People know him as a bowler, but he's one of the biggest hitters I've seen in BBL cricket. I don't think IPL fans have seen him hit those long sixes. But yeah, 90 for 7 or something, he might have not done much, but he
Hmm.
can get those 25 runs or 7 or 8 balls. But I guess it finally came to the fact that they had little more belief in Mayers when it comes to Decock and Mayers, because they somewhere think perhaps he can hit through the line a little better than Decock or something on those lines.
Okay. And Trisha, while you answer that one, also adding to that, another tactical, I won't say error, but what do you think of that not bringing Mohsin Khan to complete his quota, because he has done wonders in the slog overs, and Mohsin Khan not completing his quota while the spinners did not get the wickets also. Your thoughts on that?
I think Lucknow played on the mentality that the pitches have slowed down, so probably they wanted to not give the batters space, because otherwise I don't see any reason why Mohsin Khan didn't come and complete his overs. Seemed like a bizarre decision. Much like I think Lucknow read some part of it a little wrong with Kyle Mayers and Quinton de Kock. At times it's difficult for you and me to, or
Hmm.
you, me, Bharat here, to analyze or talk about something in hindsight is very easy. But
Hmm.
with Myers and Dickok, honestly, I thought they would use Myers initially for the first 10 games,
Hmm.
because you could use Myers the bowler as well as the opener. But against spin, because obviously as the pitches go, they will start turning. And in a Chepauk wicket, I would rather go for Quinton de Kock than Kyle Myers.
Hmm.
Having said that, Chepauk yesterday didn't seem like a typical Chepauk pitch to me.
Mm.
You know, um, and that's where I
Much
think
better.
Lucknow didn't think on their feet. It was
Mm.
planned. They didn't change it. It was
Uh,
planned that their spinners will bowl so and so overs and this many overs. They came, they executed what they planned. And in cricket, and especially in T20 cricket, you have to think on your feet and very quickly. So that is when, Krunal Pandya, because Krunal Pandya is experienced enough, he should have calculated that the spinners are not giving him breakthrough.
mm.
And maybe that 180 could have been restricted to 170, 12 less runs. Also, Mumbai wouldn't have the momentum the way they finished. They
Mm.
had kind of the momentum going in. And then, of course, the batting, the lesser spoken about, the better it is. Well, no.
And so, as you say, a more rigid strategy than a flexible one. I'm saying these words because I have been studying this for the last
Of course.
last 2 weeks, and tomorrow is my last exam. So finally, I will be free. And Bharat, coming to you, uh, adding to that, how would you rate Rohit Sharma's captaincy? Because this adverse situation, whenever these knockout games come, the teams like CSK, Mumbai, those have been winning the competition. They only they kind of deliver. They're like Real Madrid when it comes to Champions League. However, they perform in the league. When it comes to Champions League, they will somehow get the victory. So that's something in the mentality also. How would you rate Rohit Sharma's captaincy?
Yeah, I guess if a team wins or an individual wins before, has won before 4, 5 tournaments, 3, 4 tournaments, I guess it really helps because you can draw from what has happened in the past, and that is what I guess teams like Mumbai Indians or Chennai Super Kings do. And as I've already noted in some other sports too, you have noted in football, you think about tennis, Nadal or Djokovic, they won 22 Grand Slams. So Medvedev in the 2028 Australian Open was leading 2 sets to love. He was leading 40-0 in Nadal's serve itself. From there, he went on to lose. Somewhere, the mentality of having won before, I think it definitely helps because he came back from the dead. And here too, Mumbai Indians, they got hammered in one of the games against Gujarat Titans. Can't exactly remember what was the score, but they got hammered by 80, 90, 100 runs. Gujarat Titans. It looked like they were dead and buried, and now they are set to play Gujarat Titans itself in other qualifiers. So they know how to scrape through. Obviously, when it comes to Rohit Sharma, perhaps when it comes to tactical knows, whatever one has seen on the field, he may not have had his best season in that respect, but when it comes to the think tank, overall think tank, not just Rohit Sharma, overall think tank, I guess they definitely ensured that the side doesn't lose its moral. So they kept pushing them, and this is the result. When it really mattered the most, they have won the crucial games, even against
Mm.
SRH. Yes, agreed that SRH was out of the competition at that time, but still they had to win that match, which they did. On the other hand, RCB couldn't do it when it mattered, and now here we are. They have beaten Lucknow, absolutely not just beaten, absolutely smashed them to shreds. So, and they've gone to the next phase.
Exactly.
Rohan,
Yes.
I just wanted to add to that. I think there are two things which stand out with both Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. One is they have always kept the core team, be it players,
Mm.
be it the coaching staff. When it comes to players, as far as Mumbai Indians is concerned, Mumbai Indians is going through this entire transition phase where they don't have the Pandya brothers, they
Mm.
don't have Pollard. They don't have Bumrah this season. Archer didn't work for them, and then there was the whole injury concern. But when I say the core team, Rohit Sharma has been there for so many years. Now people
Yeah.
might argue there has been a Virat Kohli, but yes, there has been a Virat Kohli, and then what?
Yeah.
And then who? Not what, sorry. I mean, and then who?
True.
But here you see Rohit Sharma has been there. Ishan Kishan was back, and back then how? You like even we have spoken about it that why pay so much for Ishan Kishan.
Mm.
This year he did fare well, and he did give them a lot of runs. Surya Kumar Yadav, they have backed Surya for so long.
Mm.
And then there are standouts like Tilak Verma, Akash Madwal. even Arjun, whatever chances he got, except that 31 run over, everybody has played well. That is also got to do a lot with the coaching staff. The coach, see teams like Punjab, teams like they keep changing the coaches.
Hmm.
One coach coming in one season, I don't think it's a lot of time, because you're not getting the entire team always, like throughout the year. You're getting them just 10 days, 15 days before
The
the
problem
IPL.
that East Bengal is facing for the last few years.
Exactly my point. And this happens in every single team. And the other point is, when you have already won, what Bharat said, when you are
Hmm.
in a tricky situation, you can keep calm. We have spoken
Hmm.
about the Australian women's team, that what, India was cruising in the semi-final.
Hmm.
And when you look at the body language of the Australian women's team, when India is cruising,
Hmm.
they are still in control mentally. They
They know
know
how
one
to
wicket, we
tackle
bounce
adverse
back.
situations.
Absolutely. They know one wicket, we bounce back. One partnership, we bounce back.
Hmm.
And that is what they play too. Whereas other teams, they keep changing the playing 11. They will keep, trying this combination with that combination. Look at Lucknow. Deepak Hooda is open. Prerak
Hmm.
Mankad has opened.
Hmm.
Uh, KL Rahul was opening. Of course, he got injured. And then, Mankad played well when he was batting at three. Then suddenly you're promoting him to
Hmm.
an opener in the eliminator. So the teams which have chopped and changed too much are actually out of the competition. Gujarat, Chennai, Mumbai, they keep that playing 11. Very small tweaks. So
Exactly, and
I think
I
that's the
remember
biggest
having
one.
this conversation. Exactly, I remember having this conversation in the Ranji final also. Saurashtra keeping their core team and Bengal doing
Yes.
experiments throughout.
Exactly.
And as we
Even
say,
when we lost that match to Saurashtra, we had again changed the opening combination. Bengal had changed it. It was
yeah,
Kazi the match before. Kazi
uh,
was suddenly called in for the quarterfinal, and then he didn't perform. And the next match is changed. In one match, nobody's going to give you hundreds in both innings. Might happen once in a while. Mhm. So yeah,
exactly. And as we say, winning is a habit also.
absolutely.
Losing versus habit.
And you build it. No, this is how you build it. Chota chota karke. That these are the small
Exactly.
ways that you believe, when you see the team is believing in you. When Madwal must have seen Mahela Jayawardena, Rohit Sharma, these people believing in him, Zahir Khan believing in him, it must have been a big deal. And that makes you rise to the occasion.
Exactly. And as we speak of captaincy and leadership, in the qualifier two also, we'll see Rohit Sharma versus Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya, ex Mumbai guy. So, Bharat, your thoughts on that one? What are you expecting from that second qualifier?
Yeah, but Hardik Pandya, one thing I've noticed is not bowling enough overs.
Hmm.
Somewhere on occasions is slightly coming down the order. Yeah, his captaincy might have been really good. He might have backed his players, but somewhere even for the Indian team, once I noticed Shivam Mavi was bowling the last over, or the penultimate over. It was not Hardik Pandya. Somewhere perhaps he needs to take a little more responsibility because he's the captain of the side. At least in that Indian side, that was very much an inexperienced side because a lot of young players had come through. India had selected a lot of young players for that T20 series against New Zealand. So he could have bowled that one over, but he didn't. I'm not trying to criticize him, just telling him I can take a little more responsibility. But as a captain, obviously, he's backed his players. You can see with the Gujarat side, the energy is always good. Uh, so it would be good to see how he goes up against his former teammate at Mumbai Indians.
But Bharat, do
And
you think Hardik not bowling has got to do with kind of self-injury management? Like he's trying to
Well, you can say that, but there have been instances, at least in that T20I series against New Zealand, it didn't feel as if he was injured because in the previous game he had bowled 3 overs. So suddenly next game he still bowled an over or two, but didn't bowl the last over. So on occasions it feels like that. I'm not saying in every game he does this. In some games it might be because he's picked up a nickel or is not feeling fully fit. But there are certain times when it feels like he can take a little more responsibility. Just an opinion. That's all.
Also, I think Hardik in this IPL, Bharat hasn't really batted like the Hardik we know. Do you think that he's stuck a little between the anchor role and the finisher role, or do you think that has been his role? Like, do you think it's a structural change in Gujarat?
Maybe it is because of the Gujarat batting lineup. If you look at the Gujarat batting lineup, it feels that way. Sometimes it's coming at number three up the order as well. So perhaps feels he has to play a little more of an anchor role as you get older.
Mm.
Maybe some players start to think, oh, I have to play a little more responsibly. But sometimes you might lose out on their flair. So obviously, sitting here on the chair or a sofa and talking about what could be going on in his mind, but this could be the reason because as you get older, perhaps you might lose out on a little bit of flair. It has happened to enough cricketers because you start to think too much about what is happening around you.
Yeah. And that one will be in Ahmedabad, Gujarat's den. So what do you think, Trisha? Gujarat a bit ahead of Mumbai or Mumbai? But Mumbai again on in this situation, Mumbai is somewhat like Real Madrid in Champions League second leg. Yes.
See, the thing is, Mumbai has been there and they have done it. Gujarat
Mm.
is a relatively new franchisee which has done superbly well, but you still have Mumbai has 15 years of experience to uh, say 2 years of experience for Gujarat. Having
Mm.
said that, they will have enough backing from the crowd that
Mm.
can do wonders in a knockout. Also, with Mumbai, it's a relatively the bowling attack, especially, is pretty relatively. I would say new bowlers like Madwal is an
Mm.
inexperienced bowler, and to repeat performances consistently would be another thing. Look at Gujarat bowling lineup. Honestly, I think Gujarat has got the best bowling lineup in this league so far, in this season at least, with Mohammad Shami doing well. And as
Mm.
Indians, we will only hope he does continue his form, because right after these two matches, it's all about WTC final. But
Mm.
having said that, as I said, you know what? If Ahmedabad pitch swings a little, then Shami comes to play. Also, they have got Shubman Gill going, which is fantastic, because someone who plays those orthodox, proper cricketing strokes, there's no harm in improvising. But what I'm trying to
Mm.
say is, when you play proper cricketing strokes, swinging balls, or when the pitch is slow, you are in a better position to deal with those adversities. And that is where I think Gujarat, I would place only 1% of Mumbai in that contest. I would say 51-49 Gujarat.
Okay. Okay. And we'll discuss more about it
I
on the
think
day of
Bharat
the
wants
match.
to say something. I can see
Yes,
that
Bharat.
he smile. Yes, Bharat.
Yes, Bharat. Go on.
I think if you had asked me in just if I was walking on the road, if you had asked me this question, I might have said Mumbai Indians. But then afterwards, I end up seeing that it's Narendra Modi Stadium. So here you have 11 pitches, five black soil pitches, I guess six red soil
Mm.
pitches. 99% sure they will use a red soil pitch. And I agreed that it's clay. It doesn't depend on the color of the pitch because it depends on the clay content. But Indian pitches generally, black soil pitches have less clay content, so you expect a little more clay content. So when it comes to the pace attacks, I look at Gujarat Titans pace attack. Someone like Mohammad Shami finding a little bit of seam movement, a little bit of swing. I feel in Gujarat Titans might have a slim, slight advantage here. But again, I understand Mumbai Indians have that kind of might have that mentality where if they win a match
Mm.
in somewhere in eliminator or qualifier, just giving a hypothetical example that they might go on to win the tournament. But when you consider the stadium conditions, pitch conditions, looking at Gujarat's attack, even Mohit Sharma is hitting the bat hard on impact and getting a little bit of movement. Maybe Gujarat have a slight slim advantage, as Trisha said.
Okay. And it will be interesting one because Mumbai will be looking to add another trophy to their cabinet, and Gujarat will be looking to get the back to back. So we'll discuss more on the match on the day of the match. And so
Just
thank
one
you.
more point to add.
Yeah.
I talked about those 11 pitches. After that T20 series between India and England, somewhere in 2021. I've rarely seen them use a black soil pitch. So obviously, one or two test matches have taken place, but otherwise, most of the matches have been played by this season by Gujarat Titans. So I've rarely seen them use a black soil pitch. So I think they will again go with a red soil pitch, which would help Gujarat Titans pace bowlers.
I think that's one
Okay.
of the reasons also they've gone for the red soil pitches, Bharat, to back their bowling lineup. Because if you ideally see it, they had started off only with Rashid Khan as their spinner. Now they have got Noor Ahmed, but initially it was an all pace attack.
Okay. Okay. So, and as Bharat mentioned, Narendra Modi Stadium, we have Narendra Modi video coming up, and he from his speech in Australia where he mentioned about cricket. So it's a fantastic one.
There
So
he
for our
also
viewers,
mentions about Narendra Modi Stadium, no?
huh? No, no, no. He didn't mention about. He only mentioned about cricket as a
Narendra
whole.
Modi said, even if he's walking on the road, if you ask him, he will give a speech, a 30-minute speech. I'm just saying, I'm not,
Yeah,
no,
he's
no pun
prepared. He's
intended. But
prepared.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Exactly, and we shouldn't laugh at much on this note. So let's end it here.
No pun
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Bharat.
intended.
Thank you, Tisha, for joining. We'll be back
Thank you so
again
much.
tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you. Shopnil, are you there?
No, let's leave.
Okay, let's leave. Let's leave. Shopnil. Thanks, Bharat. Thank you, Rohan.